Hey guys, Moose here. Welcome to a new series that we have running. We're going to be playing Battletech. The episode length right now is going to be a little bit fluid and variable, so I apologize ahead of time for that. For the first little bit here, I'm going to be trying to get as much done as possible because the beginning part of the game is a bit slow. So I'm going to try and sprint through as much of that as I can and get things to open up a little bit. I don't know how long it'll take or how many episodes it'll take, but I am going to try to get through it as quickly as I can. The problem is the pressure on the other side of that is if I don't have the ability to put up an hour-long episode, that's going to delay my ability to do it. So I think I might be able to on this one. Work kind of is the X factor there, but I think we're going to be okay for this one. Battletech is the same universe as Mechwarrior. Just in case anyone didn't know, if you're familiar with the Mechwarrior games, they were coming up in the... If you're about as old as me, and I'm actually 31 today, not today when this goes live, so I guess you'll have to keep guessing as to when this recorded. Basically, the Mechwarrior games were kind of in there in the, I want to say early 90s, and they were a very big part, and I just want to be clear, just Mechwarrior 2. Not 3, 4, 5. I don't know if there even was a 5 yet. I don't think it actually came out. That was the one that got kind of embroiled in the lawsuits and arguments about who actually owned the property. Or the rights to it anyway. But not the original, and then not 3 or 4. Just, and not any of the other games either. Just Mechwarrior 2. And Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries. And if you want to know why I like this game, or like this universe, and like this whole thing basically, one, you could just look at the background of what we're looking at here, which is kind of why I'm leaving it up. This stuff is what sci-fi dreams are made of. It's like Western Gundam, kind of. And I highly, highly recommend that you pause this video right now and go watch the intros to Mechwarrior 2 and Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries. Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries is probably the better one, but they both still give me chills. Like, I still absolutely love the intros for those two. I didn't really like the later ones where they kind of put live action stuff into it, but some of them are alright. They're not terrible. The promo trailer for, I think it was 5 that came out, that kind of kicked off the whole, well, you don't own the rights to that, you can't do that. That whole thing was also pretty good. But it's not as good as Mechwarrior 2 and Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries. Mercenaries was an amazing game that kind of worked similar to how this game works, actually, as far as the outside of combat gameplay works. The combat gameplay is very different. This is more like XCOM, whereas Mechwarrior 2 Mercenaries was more kind of a first-person shooter that doesn't really do it justice, but it's kind of along those lines. So anyway, I highly recommend you check those out. Both are very cool and very much major parts of my youth. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Very first impressions, the game is stunningly beautiful. We're going to start campaign here, do new. It doesn't have borderless windowed mode, which makes me angry, but it handles being alt-tabbed reasonably well, so fair enough. A lot of games don't have borderless windowed and don't like being alt-tabbed out of, which is terrible. That's way worse. This one is... It's annoying that there isn't borderless windowed, but it's fine. So, like I said, the beginning of this game is a little bit slow. So we're going to try to get through as much of it as we can as quickly as possible. If you guys want to skip, I don't know how many of the first episodes are going to be the intro stuff, but if you skip ahead a bit, I would try to see as much of the story stuff as you can so you know what's going on, but like, feel free to skip some of the combat, because it's instructive and everything, but it takes a little bit longer than it maybe should to kind of hand over real control of the game and let you do what you want to do.
I am Kamea of House Urano,
We'll let this run.
High Lady of the Oregon Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the sword of restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more.
God, the art in this game is so damn good.
A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times. About the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great Mechwarriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps.
I do not know what mech that is.
I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you.
The one on the right might be a
I
general.
still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
Alright, so one of the things in Battletech that I'm not super familiar with, but I have a very tenuous grasp on, is there's clans, there's the clanners, or there's a few different ways you can refer to them, and then there's like the inner sphere, I think. And most of this is about the inner sphere, and part of the reason why I don't necessarily recognize that many of the mechs right now is because I think the clans have... It was something like the clans didn't really develop any new technology, so when they split off, they just kind of had whatever was there, and they're really good at using them, and they're like peak performance and everything. They're really well maintained mechs, but they're all like old models or something like that. I could be completely wrong about this. I'm not sure, but I remember stuff like the Kit Fox, Timberwolf. I almost always use the Timberwolf. Nova. I like the Nova. It's a little light mech. But yeah, I'm more familiar with those. These are more, I think, the different group, which I think is Inner Sphere? Yeah. I think it's the Inner Sphere guys, and I'm not really familiar with their stuff as much, because I don't think they were the primary focus of most of what happened in MechWarrior 2. But I didn't really know that much about the story, and I never really got into Battletech outside of MechWarrior 2. So most of what I know is just what I've picked up kind of in the background randomly. So you can assume that I'm pretty much coming at this as someone who doesn't really know much about Battletech from a lore standpoint. And as a result, I'm going to be trying to pay attention and learn. Most of it kind of makes sense. You can kind of intuitively tell what the rimward periphery is if you kind of generally know sci-fi. There's the outer area of the, around the inner portion of the more populated area. The outer part's kind of like the rim. The reach, different things you might call it, that are kind of like the edge of known space that's not totally populated yet. Inner sphere, opposite of that, obviously. You can see 500 light years of Terra, Earth, obviously, so that's all the middle area. The Oregon Coalition is an outer sphere, or a rimward periphery group. You can see some of the lore here. I'll leave it to you guys to kind of pause in most of these and read them. I'm not going to go super... Like, I don't need to know that in 2910, the High Lady, Kiona Arano, was formally established. Or, I probably said that wrong. But you get the idea. I don't need to know dates. Like, that doesn't matter. So I'm probably not going to pay super close attention to it. But the point is, the Arano, House Arano is kind of like the royal family that ruled it. I'm surprised it's only 3 generations. I thought it was longer than that. But yeah, we're jumping into the middle of this. So I know the Draconis Combine. I've heard of them. And I think that's it. I don't know any of these other ones. So we can be from like the periphery, if we want. This is where we're from. The Inner Sphere groups, there's 5 of them. I know Steiner, I think, but I don't remember much about them. House Kurita is... What were they based on? Yeah, medieval Japanese society. So they're Draconis is Japanese. Kurita, Marik or Merrick, Free Worlds League is based around... I forget who. I think it might be the US. They're kind of all, each one, the point that I'm making here that I'm getting at is each one of them is based around like a modern society currently, or some reasonably recent society. They're not like, oh, this is a magic, you know, that they're not totally distinct from present day countries and stuff. They aren't countries, but they're kind of like, they have analogs in present day, basically. So I think Merrick might have been the US, I'm not sure. Federated Sons, House Davion. Yeah, I'm not sure who this one was. Righteous War. Oh, you know what? No, this is the US. Yeah, I think this one's the US. So what was this one? Justice and Equality. This might be Europe. Tend to be hardy, well equipped. And also not being particularly strategic thinkers. This might be Russian. Hardy, well equipped, well trained. Not being particularly. This could also be Americans. I don't know. Combine the strength of the economy. And a bit, so it's industrial strength and money, basically. I don't know. Depending on when in history you're talking about it, could be American or Russian, either one. Liao, I think this one's China, just based on the name. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Japanese one's super clear cut, and then the other four are a little bit less so. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter that much. So I can be from Inner Sphere or Outer Rim. I like the idea of the deep periphery, because that's kind of similar to the stuff that I'm writing about right now, which I'm doing very, very much outside of all this, but I talk about it sometimes. But this is kind of similar to the stuff I'm writing about, so I like the idea of the deep periphery. So yeah, let's lead the remnants of the Star League Defense Force into the deep periphery. I think this is sort of like clans, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't really know how that works exactly. Alright, anyway. I immigrated to the Oregon Reach. We became nobility. And we have a BattleMech, Blackjack, which is not a type that I knew about before this game, I don't think. We have a leader. Or like a master. A guy who taught us. And then, what happened after my 16th birthday? Did I strike out on my own? I don't like exile. Did I steal the blackjack and leave? Did my family go bankrupt? My family died in an accident? Family was betrayed. I kind of like that I was betrayed, so I'm gonna go with that. And then after that, my life was... I don't like gladiator, I don't like pirate, I don't like soldier. Probably mercenary? Maybe maybe freelancer. Yeah, I like freelancer. Yeah, let's go with freelancer. Alright, so... While running a routine patrol for a local government on the outskirts of the Oregon Reach, you're set upon by pirates and left for dead. Raju happened to be visiting the capital city and picked up your distress call. Upon rescuing you, he offered you a job in the House Arano Royal Guard. Hell yeah. So it is that you find yourself... I don't... This is very strange wording to me. Find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Camilla Rano. Alright, what are we going to look like? Well, we're going to be male, so I think it's female right now. This is kind of cool. You have non-binary genders. Let's see. I don't know if I look like any of these presets. I'm not particularly, like, I don't need it to look like me. That might be one of the closest, just because it's one of the palest. I don't know what to put here. I wish I had a name from some book queued up in my head here, ready for this. Yeah, sure, Jensen. Let's go with the Deus Ex reference. We'll customize here. This is a good starting point. Sure, whatever. I want like the bulky coat, so that was the right one. For that, where's hair? No makeup, ideally. It can be balding. That's great. Like, that might have been the closest to how my hair looks. That's fine. Kind of like a duller brown. Close enough. Yeah, this is fine so far. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. I like Jensen. Jensen's a nice name. Alright, so we're pretty evenly balanced here. Pretty happy with that. Profile's alright. Let's go ahead and confirm, and we'll get right into it. Okay, High Lord's dead. And now we're in bad shape. And we've got powerful neighbors, which is a good recipe for being invaded. Okay, so our uncle wants to consolidate power. And we don't want to do that. Or our lady doesn't want to do that. Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen. He couldn't possibly betray us. Not technically us. I mean, yes, he does because we're a royal guard, but technically that's not, like, it's not us. We're just mercenaries, really. Alright, it's about 9 AM. Loading times have been surprisingly long so far, but not totally terrible. Just not as great as they could be, I guess. It's hard to complain, though, when you have art like this to look at. This really, really reminds me of one of my other really favorite series, which is Homeworld. I really love the Homeworld series, and this art really reminds me of it, and I hope that's deliberate, because they are both extremely good, kind of similar in universes, I guess. Alright, we can move the camera. There we go. Use right mouse or Q and E to rotate the camera. There you go, done. Okay, Espinosa refit yards, rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field test, you know the drill. Yep, sounds good. More importantly though, I want to tell you more about the job I brought you out here to do. Do me a favor and get that BattleMech moving. Let's see if there are any kinks in the actuators. Okay, so we want to move out here.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escorting.
Okay. Brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral. I'm worried about Lady Kamiya's safety during her coronation procession. Yeah, wonder why. Anyways, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt out old urban mechs, I know those, and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And warrior trust their instincts.
Boom. I think urban mechs are sort of like a default baseline model for city combat or something like that. They're like the trash option, I think. Alright, so we got a tank. I'm training Lady Rana since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be a just and effective ruler. It's on us to see her safely to Cordia City. Our rest easier when she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. It reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. Anyway, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there, the one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me. And then when it turns, take it out with a rear angle shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving. So that kind of highlights a major...
And her late father, High Lord Tamati,
let him talk.
good friend.
So you can already see how it's similar to XCOM, probably. But one of the things here is you're dealing with armored vehicles and stuff, so, you know, as you might imagine, if you played games like this, particularly tabletop games such as Warhammer,
Victoria pulls no punches.
40k anyway.
She's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
Rear armor, basically what I was getting at is rear armor is much weaker than front armor. You can kind of see that here. You got, I think it's shields, or that's structural. So armor 52 out of 90, and then structural you got 22. 22 all over for structural, except 1 in the back, and only 7 armor. So you can kind of see, much like I think in real life, tanks and mechs both, because they follow the same kind of principles, are much more vulnerable from the back. So if you can maneuver to get a rear shot or even a flanking shot, that can help you a lot to take out an enemy. Nice shot. Now I don't know how familiar are you with Oregon politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by High Lord Tamati's death. It needs a smooth transfer of power, and Kamiya belongs on the Cormorant throne. Yeah, won't see me arguing. Go ahead and fire up your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend this cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there, near the edge of the lake. Lakes are really cool because one of the major mechanics in Mechwarrior games is overheating. And I think if you go into a lake, it actually cools you off, which is kind of cool. The liquid cooling for your mech. Yeah, see, we're overheating.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
I couldn't remember if this was part of the tutorial, but I really like overheating mechanics. They're kind of cool. So the more you fire, the more you overheat, basically. Yep, that's fine. Jump jets are not operable. That's what you get for insisting on a rush job. Not that they had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit yards were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. It looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in time for the coronation. Remember that for later. There isn't any time to get your jets replaced, so we're going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with a melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down in your blackjack before you take it out on the Cormorant Road. Okay. My turn. Select, move. Move and attack is one action, basically. Get in there. We'll hit him. I think we're going to be hitting him on the arm, and you can see the arms. I think this is special for this scenario. They have very little armor. Actually, everything is... Wow. He has nothing. I think it's deliberately set up so we one-shot him no matter what. Yeah, only blew him up pretty bad. Alright, one last test. Take it up to a sprint and evade his attacks.
If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
Yeah, valid. So we need to sprint up here.
Full throttle.
So the more you move, the more evade stacks you get, and that helps you avoid damage. So it's basically, if you move more, you get the advantage of being harder to hit. Congratulations, Moose. Your Blackjack's as combat ready as it can be, given the circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicions turn out to be unfounded, and we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know that you'll be ready. Alright, time to move out. Lady Arano is waiting for us at the mech bay. Sounds good to me.
Display, Sir Raju. Of course, this Mechwarrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
Damn right. Oh, I have to move. One last action. Alright, Moose, allow me to introduce Camilla Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Regan Coalition. Is Lady Victoria on this channel? For the time being, my father has summoned me to the Picton docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over. Before the coronation, behold, the responsibilities of a noble daughter. A fount of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be responsible for the entire reach. Give my best to your father, and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but my Kaga is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a BattleMech, and in the arena, I reign supreme. We'll see, cousin, we'll see. At any rate, I will see you at the tourney grounds. Sir Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. Overland, along the Cormorant Road, as is the Arano tradition. Hi, Camilla, we'll get you there in one piece. Moose, fall in behind me. And remember what I told you. Yep.
Mission success.
Easy, just the tutorial. Like I said, we're going to try and power through this so that we just get it done as quickly as we can. This episode might be longer than the typical, or it might be just in line with the typical. I'm not totally sure how it's going to go yet. Alright, more cutscenes.
I remember the Oregon Reach of old, the time of the Great Expansion. I was just a boy then. Proudly we went forth, bringing the light of our coalition to so many systems. And for what? To see our great kingdom slowly waste away? Year after year, the Council deliberates while our economy falters. And the wolves bay at every door, while covetous neighbors plot against us. Well, I say, it can go no further. We are here today because if Lady Arano will not act, someone must.
Guess who this dick is?
What I'm asking of you. You will face former comrades, or even loved ones, on the battlefield. I take up arms against my own niece. But remember, today we sacrifice so that tomorrow we can return our kingdom to its proper glory, to its proper strength. So should you fall tonight, know that you did so as true heroes of the Reach. To your stations, for the Directorate!
I hope you guys noticed that art, if you didn't go back and look at some of it, because there's some really, really damn good art here. Alright, drop ships. Drop ships are a pretty big thing in this game. They kind of look like big balloons, and they usually carry down mechs and stuff. Other military forces, but typically mechs. It's kind of like the Mechwarrior version of Titanfall, kind of. Because they gotta... In this one, they're more concerned about getting them back up. So the dropship has to exist. It's one thing to land. Landing's easy. Technically, I think some mechs can do that without a dropship because they just fall, basically, and they have jump jets to slow their fall. I don't know how often they do that, but I'm not even sure if that's a thing that they can do. I just assume that probably, yeah, that's happened at least a few times. Anyway, you can already tell probably what happened here. If you didn't understand what was going on there, that's Lady Arano's uncle betraying her because he has different ideas about the way that this coalition should operate. He wants to turn it into like a monarchy, basically. And Lady Arano doesn't want that, so we're fighting. She kind of shut him down before, which is why this came to this. Alright.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, I'm gonna miss this, Raju. The clarity of purpose that I feel in the cockpit of a BattleMech, the simplicity of it. But there they are, just up ahead, the city gates, and my future all laid out before me. You guys didn't see the dropships? Wait, what's that smoke? Guard post, one of the small ones that dot the roads leading into the capital. But the emergency band's been quiet all morning. I haven't heard anything about a fire.
This is damned odd, and I don't like it. Kid, keep your head on a swivel and be ready for anything.
So we're gonna sprint because we have nothing to attack and we want to build up evasion.
Affirmative.
Everyone sprints. We're gonna leave Kamea in the back a bit. We'll stick with her. Some sort of explosion. Looks recent too. Do you think it was an accident? No, I've got no idea. No chance. You see the scorch marks on the rubble? It's laser fire. We need you to get out of here. We need to get you out of here, Kamea, right now. Yes, I think you're right. There's a patrol of Royal Guard mechs up ahead. We should go to them.
Whatever's happening here, I won't let it derail your coronation. Your people need you.
Thank you, Raju. I will prove myself worthy of the faith you've placed in me.
Doing all the
I have no doubt.
typical we're the good guy build up.
I'm moving.
Alright. So, I've got a couple options here. We're already kind of getting to the tactical portion of this. I have high ground here that I could take. I don't know how that's going to affect any interactions with these jokers. But, I mean, it's reasonable. You kind of already know, right? They're going to be enemies. Anyone's video game senses should be tingling at this point. So I'm probably going to take my blackjack and maneuver it out the outside while I leave the other two up top. One major reason for that is I think they have jump jets. I don't know. I don't think they do, actually.
Standing by.
Yeah, they don't.
How can I help? Moving out.
Get on the road, probably tear it up. Because we're bad people who don't care about civic maintenance.
I'm moving out.
Okay, so we have to go down anyway. Hail Mastiff, hail Lady Arano. We were preparing for Lady Arano's coronation parade when we got word of a disturbance along the Cormorant Road. Guard post behind us was attacked. Sir Raju found evidence of laser fire. Is the road behind you clear? Aye, all the way to the southern gate. Lead the way, Sir Raju. Will fall in behind you and guard your six. Tell me something, guardsman. If the road is clear, why is your battle mech damaged? Our mechs are overdue for maintenance, but that is important right now. We need to worry about Lady Arano's safety. Now, my lady, if you'll come with us. No, you're lying to us. It's my coronation day. No mech tech would have sent you out for parade duty in that condition. I'm your sovereign, sir. You will tell me what happened here. Damn it, girl. We don't have time for this. Take them, kill the old man and the Mechwarrior, but take Lady Arano alive. Yeah, good luck with that.
Fall back, Kamea. Get behind us.
Don't worry. I already...
You trained me to cower, Raju. You trained me to fight.
Okay. That's who we wanted to take the hits, honestly. So that's good.
It's barely a scratch.
Yeah, he's fine. Alright. So, we want to move up. It's not our turn, though.
I've got your back.
So here's how this game works a little bit. Since this is a tutorial, we'll go over this a little bit. There are there's initiative, but it doesn't work, like, it's not like, okay, you go before you, go before you. It's everyone with an initiative of 5 goes, then everyone with an initiative of 4, 3, 2, 1, etc. It doesn't matter what side they're on, it's just, you know, each side gets a turn at 5, then a turn at 4, then a turn at 3, etc, etc. So, Kamiya has... where is it? I don't know where I can see it, to be honest. But I think Mastiff is the only one that's actually at 5. Or at 4, rather. We're at 4. No one's at 5, so... Anyway, I don't think we want to move. We have... What do we have here? AC-10, which is an autocannon, medium laser, LRM 1, LRM 10. So LRM is long-range missile, and then it's 10 shots per. So I can mess up the guy in the back pretty good. Shadowhawk. We got a Shadowhawk and a Panther. I don't really know anything about either of those. This one's a little bit easier to mess up because everything has a pretty high chance to hit. So it's not just like, oh, well, the closer you are, then you're going to hit, right? It's a little bit more complex than that. So, and this guy also still has a turn. He'll go next. So let's just throw everything we have at him. And by the way, you can see here, this little bar, the orange one, that's our heat gauge. So we're going to be totally fine. Overheating, I think, is right here. And then there's also stability, which is different. We'll worry about that some other time. So unload with everything. Yeah, messed him up pretty good, just didn't do any real damage, though. So now he gets a turn. So the number next to this number right here, that's their initiative. Just taking some hits, we're fine, though.
That was sloppy, lad.
Alright, so we want to move up, obviously. I don't think we're going to move far enough to hit anything. I should have consolidated a bit. I didn't realize that we were going to kind of just get stopped like that. But you can see we're initiative 3. We can attack this guy. No. Oh, wait. Oh, we can't attack this guy. Okay, so I got pretty... I think I can select and then click it. I don't know. Basically, the autocannons are the only things with a reasonably good shot of hitting. But firing the lasers isn't really going to hurt us much, so I'm just going to go ahead and fire. Okay, yeah, you can select. I'm going to let him go with the 55% ones, just to... whatever. You know, it's a toss-up. One should hit, statistically. So we'll give it a shot.
Engaging target.
Oh, 2 of them crit.
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
Or I crit 2 of his weapons, which means, theoretically, they might not be usable anymore.
Tell me what you need.
Anyway, we got Lady Arano here. I think we're going to just have her shoot, probably. And try to take out this guy. Got pretty good chance to hit with everything. 2 medium lasers, 2 short-range missiles, 3 short-range missiles and 1 long-range missile. So one of the things in this game, and MechWarrior in general, is anything with ammo typically is like a projectile weapon. Those don't build up heat that quickly. Whereas a laser builds up heat a lot faster. So there's an ammo explosion, the pilot was injured. If the pilot gets hurt, we also knocked out an arm. You can incapacitate the pilot by repeatedly injuring them. That's one option. You don't have to actually destroy the mech, but we are going to be probably destroying the mech here. I'm just going to knock this guy out. It's my usual RPG strategy of less enemies on the field works. We knocked him down because that stability bar hit max. Pilot got injured as a result. And I'm not going to worry about him right now. We can pretty much coup de grace him later. I don't think he's going to be able to get up that quickly. Alright, we took some hits. That's fine. Our heat's starting to get up there a little bit.
I'm losing armor.
Yeah, so he hasn't taken structural damage. He's just losing armor at this point, which is fine. We don't really have an issue with that. I'm going to move... Well, let's see what our... How do our... It's still pretty bad. So we're a little bit closer range, I think. So we'll go ahead and move up. We're not going to be able to flank him, but that's okay. So if I get in there, how does it look now? Worse for some of them. So the AC2 is longer range, so we're going to get rid of our autocannons. and just fire medium lasers, which all have a reasonably okay chance to hit.
Engaging target.
Yeah, in true XCOM fashion, half of them missed. As is tradition.
Yes, I hear you.
Anyway, we got Camilla. What do your shots look like here? You can't even see, can you? Oh no, you can. You can totally see. Pretty good with everything, so I think I'm just gonna unload. But heat buildup is pretty bad, so I'll just take the lasers off.
I'll do
Yeah.
what you ask.
Okay, so he's getting close to getting knocked over. Oh, he got up. I'm surprised by that. As you can see, he's pretty messed up. So he just, like, basically hunkered down because he doesn't want to die, but
Orders?
he's gonna die whether he wants to or not. Yeah, just blow him away. This should kill him.
Damn you for making me do that, son.
Yep.
What a waste.
Okay, one down, one to go. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's backing up right now. That's super strange. Maybe he's concussed. He doesn't know what's happening anymore. But this does give us a beautiful opportunity to blow him away from behind. Get at that delicious rear armor. Which we will do. Alright, so heat's fine, and yeah, this is what we want.
Targeting rear armor.
He's not dead. Oh no, he's dead, okay.
One fewer hostile on the board.
That guy got ruined. I don't know what he was doing there. Alexander Madeira? Camilla, can you hear me? Alexander, we were just attacked. The Royal Guard, my own guardsmen, tried to take me prisoner. It's happening here too. The Royal Guard are killing one another in the halls. Lord Carosas's house guards just got gunned down in front of me. The Tourney Pavilion is a slaughterhouse. I won't let these seditionists, or whoever they are, steal my birthright. We need to rally every loyalist we can find and make a push on the capital. I'll take the throne by force if we must. Go to Rotorua Township, to the armory. Your soldiers are using it as a rallying point. I heard Lord Decimus send his house guard there a few minutes ago. Someone's here, I have to move. Rally what forces you can and meet me at the tourney grounds. Be safe. Yurda Mastiff, Rotorua Township. We'll go there, rally our fighters, and march on the southern gate with an army at our back. Camilla, I know that you and Lord Madeira are friends, but we can't take what he told you on faith. Right now, we don't know who we can trust. Valid point. In this case, we do. Alexander's been my closest friend and confidant for as long as I can remember. His loyalty is beyond question. I trust him with my life and yours. Now take me to the armory. Fair enough.
Traitors in the guard. And I fear this is only the beginning.
Okay, so we're gonna keep
Follow me.
sprinting.
Keep close and remember your training.
I don't actually know
Things are
where we're
likely to
going.
get ugly between here
Guess
and
we're
there.
going up this way. Let's try to stay together this time. It'd be nice to give some of our mechs, particularly Lady Camilla's mech, a chance to cool off. I think sprinting doesn't take too much heat. I don't know if it provides any more or less opportunity to reduce heat. Enemy contact. I think we just have a radar hit. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that these are tanks. Oh.
You've got
Oh,
my
because
attention.
we're in combat, it's like, well, yeah, alright.
Roger that.
Sensor lock. Okay. Interesting, I think that might be the weight. So we're gonna sensor lock this guy, which reveals
Got a
him.
sensor lock.
It also removes his evasion, I think, or at least two evasion. Not that they had any. These things are not, like, vehicles are generally fairly non-threatening, unless there's a whole mess of them. Yeah, this guy missed completely.
I'm listening.
Alright, you just want to move up. But you actually have missiles, so... LRMs will hit. firearms will hit. Can't see it, so... I think I'd rather, even though it's 10% less chance to hit, I would prefer to fire on the further away one. Because it's more likely to actually be something I need to get rid of. Didn't do much. Basically what I'm trying to say there, stumbling through saying, was the one up front I'm more likely to be able to kill with my short range dude. You can already kind of see, by the way, that my blackjack is a little bit like... It's got the autocannons for long range, but it's mostly kind of mid to short range. Whereas Kamiya's long range, and then Mastiff is kind of in the middle. So let's see what we can do here. Oh, it's not his turn. Oops. So let's see what I can do to these jokers. Also, my blackjack's a little bit better at dispersing heat than some of the other ones here. Let's enable the autocannons for now. Got a Scorpion and a Galleon. You can kind of see... Looks like the Galleon is a laser turret, I think. And then this is just like a autocannon turret. And then this guy is a missile striker. So I can only hit one of them anyway. This would be the Galleon. I will take off the 55% medium lasers because why waste the heat? And go ahead and unload. Hopefully this will be a kill. Yeah, okay. Vehicles are pretty easy. They're generally kind of non-threatening, like I said, so... Okay, they get to move, and then we get Mastiff again. Raju gets to go one more time. No problem. Alright, moving into range. Alright, yeah, that's a reasonably hittable spot. Oh, I thought he already attacked. I guess there's two. Wasn't paying as close attention as I should. So that bottom bar there is stability, by the way. I think you might get a stability penalty for sprinting, I can't remember. Alright, let's move up just a little. Because we were trying to advance. Even though we're a little bit longer range. Let's ice this guy.
Copy that.
Yeah. Only needed one shot. It's a little hard to tell sometimes how much you need to fire. Probably should have been smarter. Okay. Now it's our turn. I'm just gonna light this guy up. Not really much of a reason to move, I don't think. Yeah, especially now because we're out of combat, I think.
You have my attention. Location confirmed.
Alright, move on up, Kamiya. Just brace. Oh, there is a contact, okay. I don't think I already had it on radar. It's just a contact. Yeah, okay. It's another striker, so it'll fire some missiles, which tickled us a little bit more than I expected, but it's fine. Not super threatening, and we're just gonna ice it here. I don't think it has any shot at all. Listen, eerie little chump. Now I could opt to not use my AC whatevers, because they are ammo based, but I don't think I'm gonna run out, so...
Roger that.
Yeah. Especially missiles, I'm gonna be fine.
Vehicle down. The poor bastards.
Alright, now we're through the combat. What are we doing? Really?
Tell me what you need.
I guess we do have to move all three. So it's turn-based even though they kind of all go at the same time when we're not in combat.
Copy that.
I kind of want to be up front with the blackjack. Kamiya, do you read me? It's Espinosa, your uncle. Do you hear me? House Espinosa is usurping the throne. Campy, my uncle. Victoria. Camilla, I just watched an Espinosa BattleMech plow through an alley full of civilians. This is happening, and it's happening now. Your loyalists have fallen back to the market district. That's where they're making their stand. What's left of the Royal Guard are doing their best, but there's something wrong with their BattleMechs. Wait, was that sound? Oh gods. Yeah, orbital bombardment. Pretty accurate, too. Oh no, there's not really a lot you can do about that anyway. It's over, Camilla. Your ascendancy, the Arano legacy, all of it. Victoria, what have you done? You know, Camilla, for years I loved you like a sister, but then my father helped me see it, your family's complacency. But it's under the reach. Our nation dwindles like a dying star, and House Arano is to blame. My father offered you a path to glory. I'd have fought under your banner proudly, served as your strong right hand. It was like a knife to my heart when you turned him away. Knife in my heart. Damn it, Victoria, I taught you better than this. You taught me lies. Camilla, for the love that I once bore you, I'm going to give you a chance to surrender. I'll even spare the old man and his Mechwarrior if you stand down now. I don't want to see you hurt, but you cannot be allowed to rule. I'll see you hanged for this, Victoria. You and your father both. Do you hear me? You are traitors to the Reach, and I will fight you to the last. Then you truly are a fool. I'll spare you in spite of yourself, but you've just cost your royal escort your lives. Their lives. Okay. That is not a dropship, but it's functionally very similar, I think. Or it might also be called a dropship.
Lady Arano is to be apprehended and taken alive by my command. Fail to follow these instructions, and you will have me to deal with.
Alright, so let's see if we even need to move. There's a cicada, a spider, and a locust. All of these are pretty low armor. I think I can probably roast this thing pretty easily. Reasonably good odds to hit. How does it look? How do I cancel? There you go. That one can't even hit with the lasers. That one, okay, so the best target's this guy. Take out the locust.
All weapons are
I could have moved, but there's no need. Yeah. Locusts are pretty cheap. Oh god, what happened? That camera angle. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and hit us. I think you missed everything.
Damage minimal.
Oh, mostly anyway. Spiders are also pretty small, I think. You can see kind of the destruction there. Walked over some buildings. Yeah, go ahead, hit me. See if I care. Damage minimal. No structural damage.
I'm listening.
Alright. She's long range, so we don't really want to send her in. What I would like to do is kind of zero in. This is our best chance to hit. I don't think we need everything on this Joker, so do the lasers and one of the SRMs. Actually, there's... Never mind. That's a lot of heat, so just do one of the SRMs.
Copy that.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure we got the kill on that one so he didn't do anything else. Spider's going to be next up. That'll be for me to hit. And the cicada is going to be probably last. I thought the cicada might be like a lower weight Jenner, basically. It looks kind of like a Jenner to me.
Warning. Armor low.
Okay, it's taking very long to do the animations. Yeah, I mean it kind of very vaguely looks like a Jenner. It doesn't look like a Jenner, but it's kind of similar-ish. The Jenner would have kind of like a more circular torso and then like pods on each side, basically. We'll see them later. They're a pretty common mech, I think. Ooh, I don't really like either of those. Why are my odds to hit? Am I too close? Is that the issue? What if I like Falcon Punch one of these dudes? Let's go for the cicada, actually. Punch him.
Engaging physical attack.
Or kick him, that's cool too.
Incoming transmission.
Attention, citizens of Coromadir 6. This is Lord Santiago Espinosa. With the unanimous support of the founding houses, I have assumed control of the Oregon Coalition. For your own protection, I urge you to remain calm and stay indoors.
He got knocked down.
Otherwise instructed. All hostile units, stand down, and you have my oath that you will not be harmed. Resist, and you will be fired.
Oh, you want to melee me? I'm like way bigger than you.
That man. I gave him my trust. He was family.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Let's just melee him again. This seems to be doing okay for us.
Attack.
I think we missed on that one. It's okay, this is why we have Kamiya. Oh, hey. They get to go. Cicada didn't want to get punched again. Uh-oh. It's in the side, that's fine. Structure exposed, so that's bad. But it's not terrible.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
Especially because I can light him up here. Oh, I can't light him up here. What if I move? Like to have them both in my targeting range here. Alright. Not great. I think the other one's bad too. No, way better. Okay, well, why don't you free up Mastiff here, or Raju if you want to call him that. This should absolutely waste this thing. Yeah. No chance. Normally you might want to avoid overkilling enemies like that, because if you preserve the mech and just kill the pilot, or incapacitate the pilot, you can salvage most of the mech, which is kind of handy. What's this look like? You can't hit with anything else. Okay, well, what if you can't punch him? Get kind of mid-range here. Do a nice little fancy spin, and we have a pretty good shot with everything. And we blew him up. Dira says, Kamiya, do you read me? Alexander, thank the gods. I thought I'd lost you when the bombs fell. We very nearly did, Kamiya. The city is lost. We have to get off this planet. We need to do it now. I can't abandon Cora Madeira. This is my home, my birthright. Battle's over, Kamiya. Lord Madeira has the right of it. It's time for you to run. Escape this madness and live to restore the Coalition another day. You're both right. Mindclaw is one. The Reach is his. We'll mourn for it later, the both of us. For now, you need to move. I have a dropship waiting at Shepherd's Pass. I'm on my way there right now. Hurry up and meet me there, please. We're on our way.
You get to that ship, Alexander. I mean it. We will not lose you and my throne on the same day.
Good luck with that. I think he's just a dude, so that's a little bit easier for him to get over there. He's not in a mech or anything. I think that guy's like a politician, not a mech warrior.
Talk to me.
Where the hell are we going now? Over here? Alright, I might do a sensor lock here. Let's get the bigger one.
I've got a sensor lock.
Okay. I don't know what that is, I didn't see it. It looks like they're both coming into sight anyway, so Scorpion, and the other one is what? Striker, okay.
Reading you loud and clear.
That looks good.
I'll do what you ask.
Probably use our LRMs here. SRMs aren't going to be able to do much, but we can always fire the long-range missiles. Pretty much the inverse of what we did last time. Yeah. We might kill this. Nope. Alright. LRMs don't do as much as I would like. Our turn. Let's get in there. It's still long range, so it's probably going to be our ACs. Autocannons that do most of the damage here, which is good, because those tend to be just insta-kill. Yeah, I don't think we need more than this.
Engaging target.
Yeah, easy kill.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Okay. Striker moves up, it'll fire probably on my blackjack, which is fine. Maybe on Raju? Yeah, okay. It tickled him a little. I think he's the heaviest armored, so that's fine. I don't know that for a fact, I just think that's the case.
You've got my attention. Roger.
This should be an easy kill.
Aye, aye.
Yeah. Autocannons do a really good job against tanks, that's what I'm learning here.
Never stood a chance.
It's funny, I didn't like them in the Mechwarrior games. I always went with lasers because they didn't have limited ammo.
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, you're gonna sprint.
Copy that.
As am I. So I've taken some hits, but I'm doing well enough. This is your last chance, cousin. Don't make me order your death. Do whatever you must, betrayer. Headstrong fool to the end. Damn you for this. Captain Haas, destroy them. Mastiff, my cousin, all of them. Leave no survivors. Thought you wanted to capture her alive. What happened to... Oh, hello. It would have been nice if I had a contact for that. It's a Wolverine. Okay. Hit me. That's annoying, but I haven't lost anything, so...
Armor breached.
Works for me. I think that's a turret.
Talk to me.
Alright. How do my odds look here? Not great.
Moving out.
Kind of spread out a little. Doesn't really matter, it's not like they have AoE or something, but... Yeah, I mean, I could just take out one of the turrets, that's fine.
Giving him everything I've got.
Even if it's not the most damaging enemy unit, the more of them we can take off the board, the better.
Target destroyed.
Oh, he gets another turn? What the hell? That's some bullshit right there. Why do you get 2 turns?
Injury.
This guy cheats.
Better me than Lady around now.
Yeah, that's my feeling.
You have my attention.
Alright. All weapons. Yeah, you got him zeroed in pretty much. Let's blow this guy away.
Neutralizing threat.
I didn't check my heat. I might overheat. we messed him up a little.
Pierce through the armor.
He's pretty not okay. Alright, so I lost a bunch of my guns. But I still have a good chance on these ones. Okay, that didn't do very much. Right leg destroyed though, which knocked him down, I think. Or he just got knocked down in general. Alright.
Orders.
Why don't you waste this Joker? Oh, I get a called shot. Let's go for the body.
You brought this.
Murder this traitor. Oh yeah, he's dead. Maybe... Oh, he's not dead. He's just severely messed up.
Standing by.
Lasers don't generate that much heat. So let's just do the lasers, that's fine.
Discharging weapon.
Lasers don't do that much, but it's not like I'm really afraid of the laser turret, so I can kind of take my time murdering this Joker. Lady Rano's got heat problems with her mech, so... Kill him for taking your arm.
Engaging target.
Just die already, dude. I'm kind of amazed this guy's not dead yet. Really? You're gonna bother firing still? Can't you take a hint?
Lucky bastard. That was a solid hit.
It's okay. It doesn't. We're not like we're not gonna have to pay to repair a mech or anything after this, so it's fine.
Here we go.
Okay, that'll probably waste him. All right, now we just gotta take care of the turret and move in.
One less hostile on the field.
Turret hasn't been firing for some reason. I'm gonna try to fire on the turret. AC2's got an okay chance to hit. We'll take it. Probably destroy it.
Target.
Nope, not even close. I treated it like a
Reading you loud and clear.
building, or a sorry, not a building, a tank. Yeah, go for it.
Engaging hostile.
We're out of its range, I think, so this is just kind of free reign to smash.
Damn you for making me do this.
Why does his AC do like a stupid amount of damage? I think it's higher caliber or something, that's why.
Target destroyed.
Alright, we're clear.
Aye, aye.
I'm on it.
Everyone in. I lost an arm, but that's not terrible.
Roger.
Copy that.
Thank the gods you made it, Camilla. Captain Halverson's prepping the engines now. In another 5 minutes, we'll be ready to depart. 5 minutes is a long time. Moose, you see Lady Arana to the docking ramp when she's aboard. Come back to me, we'll hold this pass against whatever comes.
Thank you, Sir Raju.
Alright, final stage.
I won't forget what you've done for me today.
You damn well better not, I lost an arm, man. Get out of here. Enemy contact, all units advance. I want you to take down that dropship, destroy everyone and everything that stands in your way. Alright, Moose, I trained you for this. We'll fight side by side, watch each other's backs. Above all else, we will keep Lady Arano safe. Protect the dropship, it's all that matters. Warning, engine heat critical. Warning, error, shutdown initiated, error, reactor offline, weapons offline, system inoperable. Trouble with your blackjack, Moose? Shame, that's been happening to a lot of Royal Guard BattleMechs lately. Oh gee, I wonder why that happened. You have numbers on us and you resorted to sabotage, and you're gloating about it. You've got no honor, you vicious little brat. Not you, nor your backstabbing father. Shut your mouth, old man. My father's a great man. I swear to all the gods you will suffer if you insult him again. Your father is a coward, and so are you. Moose, I want you to eject now. Punch out. You're no good to anybody in Broken Mech. I won't let you die today. Eject Mechwarrior. Now, that's an order. So we get out of here. Now come for me, Victoria. Your teacher's waiting. Come and show me what you've learned. So you'd think they'd kill you anyway if you eject, but I don't know. I don't know how it works. There's a cool depiction of it in the MechWarrior 5 intro. Trailer. I guess it's trailer, if you want to check that out. Highly recommended. I am surprised my hard drive has not run out of space. It was kind of full, and I've been really bad about emptying it. And this went super long. Alright, cutscene time? Oh yeah. That's kind of like a Jenner, I think. There's Raju. Betrayed. Again, beautiful art. There's Lady Dickface. We're gonna kill her later, I assume. No. Boom, boom, boom. Bye-bye dropship. News headline. Jerk sits on the throne, his terrible daughter next to him, with her pathetic dye job. I will say their color scheme's pretty sweet. I like the green color scheme. 8 hours later, high orbit over Coromadir. We got picked up by this dude. And that... Actually, no. I can't, like, save here, so we're gonna go through this. He's the moose who took a nasty crack on the head when you punched out. Don't worry, you're safe now. My name is Darius Oliveira. I'm the XO of Markham's Marauders. We're a mercenary outfit with ties to House Arano. We did some work for High Lord Tamati way back when. I'd introduce you to Commander Markham, but he was on a supply run in the Market District when the bomb fell. He didn't make it. You rescued me. Why? Seemed appropriate given the circumstances. After seeing what happened to Markham, it didn't feel right having you in the hands of the new directorate. When we picked up your broadcast on the emergency band, we knew what we had to do. What about Sir Raju Montgomery? Did you find him? Found his mech. It was completely cored out. Nobody survives a hit like that. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. We supported the Royal Guard on a handful of deployments, and Sir Raju earned my respect many times over. His death is a loss for us all. Were you able to recover my blackjack? Yep, our mech tech hauled what's left of it into the mech bay. It isn't pretty, but if you give him enough time, Yang can fix just about anything. Try not to take the loss too hard. Yang said that your mech shows signs of deliberate sabotage. Whoever you had working on it really did a number on the reactor. Punching out was the right move. So what happens now? Well, things aren't looking so hot around here. What with the coup and all, House Espinosa's directorate is the new de facto government of the Oregon Reach. Sorry to have to tell you this, but Lady Rano is dead. Her dropship was destroyed on takeoff. It's all over the news. Well, shit. Yeah. Our sentiments exactly. We're getting the hell out of Oregon territory. I've already booked transport on the first jump ship out. We're heading to a nice quiet stretch of independent space all the way across the frontier on the Canopian border. Not a cheap trip, but we'll worry about how we're going to pay for it later. Now, according to the info on your blood shit, you've got family in the deep periphery. I'm afraid that's going to make getting you back there difficult. There aren't many freighter captains who are willing to travel that far from the inner sphere. So the way I see it, you got a couple options. You can stay with us in long haul if you wanted, that's option A. When we get where we're going, we can drop you off at the nearest planet. Maybe you can make a place for yourself there. Of course, I'll need you to pitch in for your share of fuel, plus food, lodging, repairs on your mech. Fair's fair after all. Alternatively, you could find your place for yourself in the Marauders if you wanted to. Wouldn't take you long to work off your debt, and you ran with Mastiffs, so I know you got chops. Think it over, sleep on it. You've had a hell of a day, and we got a long road ahead. 3 years later. So that's kind of the intro. And if it lets me save here without going into another conversation, that's going to be where I end it. I just need to see that first before I can commit to ending the episode. Because I'm not going to be able to record the next episode until later, pretty much, so you'll have to bear with me for a moment here. Ah, yes, preparing for combat. Never mind, so I should be able to save once we get in. Any day now. Yeah, I'm just going to assume that we can. So, that is going to do it for the first episode. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a fun game. We'll begin mission here in the background so you can see it before we save and sign off. Get our new mercenary crew. Independent Prospectors League, thanks you for your assistance. Okay, I guess I have to do this before I can save. We're miners, not soldiers. We can't find these bastards off on our own. That's what you're paying us for. Don't worry, we'll get your platforms back. This isn't just about reclaiming what's ours. Majesty Metals killed hundreds of us when they tried to jump our claim. We want you to make them bleed for what they've done here. Commander, the OPFOR is holding 2 of IPL's mining platforms. The first, designated Alpha, is where they're keeping their turret generator. Move in fast and take it out. Those turrets hit hard, so you want to neutralize them ASAP. Platform Bravo is the site of the OPFOR's corporate security tower. Engage it and destroy it. They bring a mech to protect it. Take that out too. Then circle back around. We'll collect our pay. That's right, I'm ready and willing to offer this transfer. Now go on, Commander, hit those corporate pigs where it hurts. We'll be watching the action from here. Alright, please let me save. Oh, thank God, I can save. Okay, so, like I was saying, that's going to do it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. There's going to be more of this coming. This is a game that I would like to finish, but it's also very long, at least from, like, a play session standpoint, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but that's the goal right now, is to finish the game and kind of record all of it. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think about the series if you'd like. Otherwise, you can come by twitch.tv/electronicmoose, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. PST, 9 to 11 p.m. EST, and check out stream if you like. Otherwise, thank you for watching videos here on YouTube, and I will see you next time. Take care.